Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So a couple of things on Euro USD and typical Monday, but we did have a gap here from 2 weeks ago, and that was closed. We've ended up with a range bar, and the sellers are coming back in up here at 101,872. Look at the oscillators starting to, one of them starting to cross over. They have separated far apart. So as I said yesterday, you're looking for an opportunity to short, continue this trend to the downside, and it does look like we are fairly close in a spot that we need to pay attention to. So moving down to the hour, picture changes ever so slightly. We do have a grouping of the oscillators to the downside. We've come back down to sort of test this area where the moving averages are. We still haven't found any structure. We've got this swing high here. So at the moment, if this level holds, then I would expect another attempt at this 101,872 area right now. Does look like a bit of a flag forming, but we still do have some sellers coming in here. My advice today is 15 minutes. Then I'm just going to use a little square here. There is the previous level of support from going into close yesterday. That is the area I'd be paying attention to. Remember, for as long as we're between the moving averages like this, between the 155 and the slow, faster moving averages, we are ranging, which is pretty much what's happening. And then we've got a grouping here that's about to transpire. So what we're looking for is a rejection of 101418. That would give you an opportunity to be short, nice tight stop just above these highs here. Alternatively, be a little bit conservative, wait for the break of this area here at 101218 for a move to the downside. If we do get above the structure here, 101433 area, then I would expect us to move up to 101633, and then you have this swing high here as well, which would be 101757, and then ultimately 101872. So that's kind of the structure that's brewing at the moment, but I suspect that we are more than likely going to muck around, and then we're going to look to break one of these levels, either the structure here to the upside or this to the downside. So until that happens, it's low time frames, and then you want to watch the rejections. If there's a rejection, you're looking for another move down, and your target's going to be any one of these tails that you see here to the downside. And you need to pay attention to this area, because if you find support here, then I would expect a bigger move back to the upside, back into this area again. So a little bit of scalping on offer there today. US dollar, Japanese yen, nothing really happening from yesterday. We did have the pullback late in the week, then we've just been ranging all of yesterday. You can see there's the range of yesterday. So pretty much similar kind of structure. A little bit concerning because we've got a gap to the upside, gap to the downside. So 50-50 call, typical range type trade. I'm still of the opinion you need to wait to see what happens down here. So there's no structure in this range. I'm looking at 137,673 or 137,432. See if we can find some support down here for a continuation to the upside. So that is a sit on hands for me at the moment. British pound, Japanese yen. We did get a move up, and we've come sort of started a pullback. Don't like the structure that's formed. We've got an inside bar here, looking like a flag as far as I'm concerned. Messy move down, messy flag. So I would expect some kind of another move to the downside at the moment. But looking at the 8 hour, there's nothing really concrete there. Looking at the 1 hour, again in the middle of nowhere. So yesterday was a big up, big down day. Haven't come back to test any structure. So I would still be of the opinion, I suppose we could argue that that is being tested. So if this holds, and you can see big up, big down, big up, big down. If you come down to the 15 minute, you'll see pretty much nothing going on here. Big down, big down, big up, big down, big up, big confusion. Oscillator's not giving us anything. We are below the moving averages. So I'm of the opinion at the moment that a proper rejection of, Let's just move it up a little bit. Proper rejection of this area, actually I can do it a little bit more than that. A proper rejection of this zone, which is between 165.060 and 164.745. Proper rejection here, we're going to sort of kickstart a move back the downside, and then I expect us to come and test 164. So that's kind of the trade that I can see at the moment. If you look at the hour, there's nothing going on here. So if we do find support above 165.060, then I would expect a continuation to the upside. So from an hour perspective, trend is up. That's going to be critical to watch these two levels. Break below, we're looking for a move to the downside, probably form some kind of a range. Break to the upside, then messy move up, pull back, continuation to the upside. And that continuation to the upside could be fairly interesting. I would assume that we would be looking to target this area here, which is 165.726. If we get above that, then the only next area I can see is going to be around there, which is 166.300. So that's kind of the view. It's really messy on the 8 hour. So again, this is a 15-minute charts, get in, get out, and then stay away from it. Lastly, Euro British Pound. We're still pretty much floundering around in the middle of nowhere here. We've got a crossover the oscillator, and separation as well. We are below all the moving averages. Now, we haven't quite tested the area that I was looking for. I would prefer that gap to close and a rejection higher up before looking for a continuation. But in my humble opinion at the moment, that is a consolidation of this big move to the downside. So everything's lining up for another move down. If you start drilling down through the time frames, you start seeing a little bit of chaos. So yesterday was a big down, big up, and again we're in amongst the moving averages. So for as long as we're in amongst the moving averages, I have no interest in trading this. What you'd be looking for is a proper rejection of this zone. So this is 0.84831. I want a decent rejection here. You've got a stop area of the swing high of yesterday, and then I want to take out the low of yesterday. If we take out the low of yesterday, game on. Then I think we have a bigger move brewing. If you look at the 15-minute, you'll see what I'm talking about here. So big move down, looked like it's starting to set up, and then back above the moving averages. So above and below the moving averages like that, that's just total chaos. There's nothing going on there. So what you've got here is pretty much a London breakout strategy brewing. So that is your range that is forming. Break to the upside, then I'd expect us to come and test these 0.85220 or 0.85135 area. Break to the downside, I'd expect us to test these previous lows here from yesterday. Take out those lows, that is pretty much the catalyst that I'd be waiting for, because that would also break sort of this messy flag that we've got brewing at the moment. So, but if you look to the left, there's a lot of chaos here. So I think it's going to take quite a decent effort to get through here. So yeah, another one that is scalping. Actually, probably just a better scenario, just to sit and wait for this one. Just sit on the side and wait for structure, wait for something to transpire, because this is really ranging at the moment. So 15-minute charts is the way to go on Forex today. But yeah, be cautious, because I don't think there's much brewing. There could be some noise coming into the market this week, which is going to drive it. But at the moment, a bit of confusion and no direction. Anyway, that's it for me today on Forex. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.